treaty is clear that the East African community is people-centered. This should inform all our reflections and actions. We will measure success by how easily our people, their goods and capital move within our region and how prosperous in the end they become as a result.
It's a very good evening for everybody watching Global TV Ghana. My name is Senabli Adrian Charlson and this is the Global TV. We are always here to take you through the social, political and economic reasons that are happening in the country. We have a lot to talk about today, but this time around we've gone social. We are talking about Swahili. The Ugandan government makes Swahili compulsory in primary and secondary schools. Uganda, let's not go faster than we can run. I think
going faster than we can run. You have a Uganda that has transformed its education system, where we've gone away from the teacher-based kind of curriculum now to student-centered, so the competence-based.
Let's first talk about this.
Listen to this, that according to the new curriculum, a learner is meant to have this Swahili as a compulsory subject, just like it is for English if it is a language. Now, little by little, these learners are going to learn. Okay. We are saying if this Swahili began as early as in primary section, by the time someone is in senior 2 or 3 or even 4, they will be fluent Swahili speakers. We're not saying that as Swahili is being launched to be the second official language of this country, so to speak. If it is being introduced, then the next day all Ugandans should have to speak Swahili fluently. That's not the case. It's something good for the good of this region. If the entire East African community did
what is East African community, for God's sake?
Someone is asking what East African communities is, for God's sake. What kind of region are you coming from?
East African community.
What East African community
no,
is,
in fact,
unless you are coming
from
a different region.
The great East African community.
Whatever you want to call it. But if I'm a Ugandan, I come from Uganda, from the part of East Africa,
the great East African
living in I think western part of East Africa, I must be proud of my country, Uganda, but I must similarly be proud of my region, East Africa. For anyone who questions what East African community is, I look at you and I just wonder.
I finally remembered that it is the great East African community.
Okay.
That has not solved any conflict in the region. For sure, for God's sake, this is not an East African community.
Is saying. Somebody is saying East African
what has it done, for example?
Has failed to solve any
for
problem.
A lot of years.
Now look at you. We have the United Nations organization, which has failed over the years to solve the Israel-Palestine conflict. But you have this East African community that has lived much lesser years than the UN and has handled a Darfur conflict. Who do you think solved the conflict in Sudan vis-a-vis the conflict that Salva Kiir had with Riek Machar? Is it Machar? It was the East African community that sat together to resolve this. Though that this crisis, it comes and goes, but at a time when it comes, so a problem is being settled a bit.
Going ahead, the ICT minister, Dr.
I remember what was in Burundi. What was in Burundi with the predecessor, I think, of Burundian president, if I'm not mistaken. When we get to Burundi here,
this man.
look at Burundi being the predecessor to the president of Burundi being Evariste and Ndayishimiye. Now, you are going to find out that this president caused a mayhem in Burundi. That the people of Burundi, the Burundians, wanted him off. There was a revolt in Burundi. There was bloodshed. Who settled this? So for you to say that the East African community has done nothing is just similarly to being a Christian, so saying that the Muslims don't know what they worship.
It's okay. We are still talking about the ICT minister, Dr. Kiswahili. She said that cabinet sitting on Monday approved the use of. Don't think that they've accepted that this thing is building.
No.
This is something imagery. Okay, it is still young. They are still building. Okay. Let me be positive. Let me be positive. It is still a 6 months baby. They are still raising. That the cabinet sitting on Monday approved the use of Kiswahili as a national language. For God's sake, what is this? Swahili was made a national language in 2006. And by then, Uganda was already a member of the East African community. So, what have we been up to all this time? Because we have always been singing the East African community, the great East African community, political, economic, and social federation. It is just yesterday, just last week. And what is he making the national language?
That with Ugandans, they are those Ugandans that have studied Swahili in secondary school and passed it. So to speak that in studying Swahili, so they know how to write, speak Swahili. In Uganda, for we have traders, those that go to Kenya, those that go to Congo, those that go to
let's talk
Tanzania,
about this.
that use this Swahili language.
Are we
Now,
just making Swahili
little by
our
little,
national language?
Little by little.
We are making it for the second
Little by
time.
little, you can always be there. The good thing is that we have resolved that it should be, compulsory in schools so as to promote it. Do we have it in schools?
Issues we
Do
do,
we have it in
we do, and
schools?
we've been having it in secondary schools.
Now it is made compulsory. Then that is the next step. When you are dealing with something, you don't have to do everything at once. Having to make Swahili.
By the way, with me, I felt that the system has just died. It died a long time ago because there is making Swahili a national language, not making
that you call
15% of people that can
a
speak
system
it.
you call having, you refer to having died. So it has used its ghost to make this Swahili a compulsory, subject in secondary and primary school. That's what you are insinuating.
Jesus. A good rising, and we cannot prove people that
So you are taking
to
us
work out.
to
We can't
miracles
prove
of
it's going
Jesus
to work
Christ.
out.
Anyway, if now we are relating this to the miracles of Jesus Christ and vis-a-vis Jesus Christ's resurrection, it's good. It's good. We believe in the resurrection of Jesus Christ. If we have resurrected this time, good news.
The Uganda'S constitution made Swahili as the second national language in 2006. This is where my question lies. We made it compulsory. This is what I was telling you, that if the system has not just died,
No. The thing is, it never made it compulsory in the education system.
What
So
proceeded?
to speak, it encouraged the nationals to use Swahili. I can speak some Swahili. I can speak some Swahili. It's
I can
just
also
like,
speak some Swahili.
You don't want.
Well, these people
you
will
don't want
think-
to.
the viewers may
you
think
have
I don't
bias.
speak Swahili.
You do have bias over Swahili or Kiswahili. That is why you think that having to now make it compulsory at this time, this is something that the government never saw right earlier. I think, to me, the fact that we got a couple of Ugandans that can listen to Swahili and understand the concepts, and they can speak, then that is the first step. If made compulsory in schools, that's the next step. So I believe if you are greeted habari yako, I believe you can still respond to someone
First
that
of all,
mimi niko mzuri or
I would
niko
like to
mzuri.
inform the
Period.
viewers.
It's
that-
not hard.
I would like to inform the viewers that Swahili is a foreign language. This is yet another new
Kiswahili
Is
being
it
a
foreign?
foreign language.
Is it foreign?
Let
By
it
the
be
way,
foreign.
do you accept it is foreign?
Okay, from where? I want to learn from you.
From Tanzania.
So it is
And
foreign.
these people are speaking two types of Swahili.
So when you go to Kenya and you find Kenyans speaking Uganda, is it bad? If we're leaving a community that would want
I've always asked
Look,
myself, because I've always had
Kenya
people
as a country,
ignorant.
it has got a number of tribes with other languages, and so is Tanzania. So Uganda has tribes, but then we can have a uniting or a unitary kind of language apart from English that can unite us. Swahili was a trader's language at the coast, and these traders at the coast, they were connecting to all traders of the East African region. Maybe then we didn't have the East African community, but all the East African states with their traders used this Swahili language. So it was a uniting language to all of us as states within the East African region. Now, if made a second national language to each of the East African countries, how long that it is?
I just
Then
believe
how
that
can we call it a foreign language?
I just believe that East African presidents, especially those, more especially those that have taken decades in leadership, and they are just that is they should sit down and find better, more dynamic, more practical ways of forming an East African community, other than looking at meager things.
Look here.
I don't think.
Have you tried to look around what they have put in place?
What have they put
So
in
if
place?
we are talking about, for example, if we are talking about an East African passport, is it a small thing to you, or it is a very serious thing to cause a travel document for the East African
and one of the problems
that
Uganda is facing,
a uniting
one of the
passport
problems
and
Uganda
a
is
travel
facing,
document.
he wants to join food, okay, he wants to join sugar with the two people
Look here.
that double
If we have a Uganda-Tanzanian railway, so to speak, probably talked about to be implemented, is that something of, a minor importance to this
we have
country?
two things. Let's
There's
talk
so
about
many
this.
things.
Let's talk about
There's
this.
so many things.
We've had the oil deals, and we were told by states we have that Veritas.
There are so many men and women who believe that by 30 years they will be super rich, and they don't become one, but they don't stop dreaming. As they continue dreaming, you find that by ages of 30 or 5 or 40, that is
there is
when they
something we
become
always
rich.
not want to talk about, and it is very interesting. We are going to complete this, and you may, by the way, this may run more than one.
Having a dream.
The president said
Having
we have
a
gone to
vision,
the middle income
having
status
a
when we had
dream
not.
is
I have
not
forgotten.
bad.
First wait, I have forgotten.
Yes.
The president said that we have elevated to the middle income status when we had not. Okay, these people think. By the way,
He
World
did
Bank,
state, we are
No,
We are yet.
no. He finally came out and said we are
are
there.
yet.
In fact, it was on an occasion. Go and take research about it. That he said Kasaija has just feared to tell you. But we are in the middle income status. The World Bank came out.
What did it state?
You are not yet there. This was a humiliation.
It
And
is not a
should you trust all you say?
To me, it's not a humiliation. I mean,
What?
if you are this person who has patriotism for your
Who
country,
feels you are there?
feel your country. No, not arrogancy or anything. But if you have that love for your country, you want to wish it good. Then the other thing is that if we came out to state that we're there and yet we're not there, this thought of a country, for him to think we are there, east to west home is the best. It is okay. Then the other thing that you did state,
For me, I
him
want to
actually
become more
telling
patriotic.
us, him just telling us that, you know what, by this time we shall be in the middle income income status. Whose president?
Let me get right.
He is just a human being.
Let me get right.
If God himself
Let me get right.
in his Bible, so to speak, tells us Jesus will be coming soon, we have waited for him, he has not yet come, we still hope. Why
The other one is a
the
spiritual.
man,
The other one is a
President
spiritual
Museveni,
conversation.
even if it is spiritual, how soon has
This is
it
not
been?
the first thing he has
Even
lied
if
to
it is
us.
spiritual, how soon
So
has
after a long time of lying,
has he made us wait? So
he finally comes out and says, we are in the middle income status. This is serious. Yeah, we are in the middle income status. Only for the World Bank to come out and say,
you are not
doing.
there.
So the president has always lied to people. By the way, we are used to being deceived. We are now used. And lastly, as we
Haven't you
conclude,
ever deceived
as we
anybody?
conclude, at least I
Deception
was
is
not.
by the way,
at least I was not a president.
Deception is part of leadership.
Okay, it is.
Deception
Let's
is
go
part
on.
of
Let's go on.
leadership.
Let's go.
If you're a leader who is truthful,
I've not heard him. Okay, he may be repenting, but I know what I know so much is that he's a born again who usually prepares.
of course, if you are born again,
prepares national
born
prayers at the
again,
State House. Lastly,
you can
I want to be
always-
more patriotic
you
than
can
he
always
is.
you can always repent.
I
Tell
want to
us.
be more patriotic than he is. If deceiving people is being patriotic, first of all, I'm going to
It is
to
a
repent,
feeling of
to repent
giving
before
up.
I sin. I'm repenting to God. This is I want to repent before I sin. I want to repent before I sin. We are in the first class, first upper income status. I don't know what is even called. We are in the first income status that is with America, because you said that deceiving is being
But
patriotic.
did
And
he
I repented.
did he state that we are in the first?
But you said it's
No,
being
look
patriotic.
here.
You said it's being patriotic, so I want to be
Now,
more patriotic than he is.
Now,
We are in
if
the-
you
in the
do say that,
first
that
class
means
countries.
everybody is a liar. I mean, everybody lies. Everybody, and by the way, some religions have that approval of a white
has
lie.
been it for today.
A white lie that is necessary.
That has been, I don't know how
There
that
is
was
a white
necessary,
lie
but
when
that has been it
it's
for
necessary.
today. Let's meet in the next video. At least the Bible tells us leaders to be exemplary, and the Bible still tells subjects to respect leaders. I don't think the president is being exemplary, and if he's being exemplary, he's being exemplary to pardon Brian Aaron. I may not emulate.
It's not
I may not emulate. No, I may not emulate
being
deception.
exemplary. For his being exemplary.
That has been it for today. Let's meet in the next video.
Everybody is a liar. Everybody is a liar.
Treaty is clear that the East African community is people-centered. This should inform all our reflections and actions. We will measure success by how easily our people, their goods and capital move within our region